And so I don't like talking to people who want to be right. And Destiny wants to be right.
Also, a massive thanks to Hallow.
Okay, I'm gonna expose Jordan Peterson. If Destiny becomes involved with the show in any way, I won't be able to keep watching. I've been a massive H3 fan for years, but platforming that piece of be a deal breaker for me. And if someone posts critiques about him, his cult minions will brigade the post and comment stuff like, when did Destiny say that? He never said that, he actually said this. They're worst. Wait, what?
Stick to your gaming, Destiny. You're not a stick to your gaming and shut the up. Like,
is he crying?
You don't kill every single slave owner after slavery. You get destiny. We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and
Unfortunately for him, there are people that can read his lips.
We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and it would be so easy.
Is this guy banned? Did they ban him?
Nope.
Let me see if they did.
Hello?
Clip's no longer available.
Hello?
No?
Hi.
That's crazy. If they don't ban this guy...
Everybody wave at Asmongold. Hello? Hello? We're still here.
And you shouldn't be. You should have 100% got banned. Like, the fact that this guy isn't banned is a disgrace. This is the one positive thing that I can keep in mind with a person like this, is that he will f up again, and eventually he will push it over the line, even for Twitch. I can guarantee that, like, this is not the last time that this person is going to say something stupid.
Boys, let's check what's going on Twitch.
This is a cracker take.
About whether that's worthwhile?
Take.
Oh, no, that's not my jam.
30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear?
Oh, hell no.
That's what you get. When you don't murder every single slave owner, you get destiny.
How about a little gardening? Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Those, if you are more upset about an ideological term used not just against Cubans, or definitely not used against all Cubans at all, okay? And simply use the...
It's just a slur against some Cubans. What the fuck? Technically it's South Americans, but...
And simply used against those who are in collaboration with the American government, oftentimes slavers, or oftentimes those who were...
Blood, you've already started off by saying, like, yeah, against Cuba. Like, you're already down the racial slur rabbit hole, which is fine. If you want to use them, then, I mean, more power to you, my bro. But, like...
advocates for the prior dictatorship in Cuba, if you want to talk about...
Nobody knows this. Nobody gives a fuck about this, my dude. There are no second-generation Cuban immigrants that are defenders of Batista. What the fuck are you talking about? Step out of your house. Meet a Hispanic person who's more than just the fucking cleaning guy at your Equinox gym. If you even have one anymore. There might be even more exclusive private gyms now in West Hollywood, but holy shit.
Dictatorship.
Nobody thinks this in real life. There is no group of Hispanic people. There's no group of Venezuelans or Cubans that are talking about how much they fucking love Batista. This doesn't happen.
For the prior dictatorship in Cuba, if you want to talk about Cuba, the Batista dictatorship, that, if you have an issue with that statement, if you have an issue with that, what you call slur, which it is not, it is a pejorative, for sure.
Oh my God.
Then ultimately you have to, reckon with all...
Is he gonna... Oh, he's not... I thought he was gonna bring cracker to this. He's gonna make it even dumber, isn't he?
All of the, obvious instances of white supremacist racism that's coming from said community.
What is our white supremacist racism? He hates Taven so much he's willing to create new schools of philosophy to reconcile using a pejorative.
If you are more...
Destiny's approach to Jordan Peterson still paid dividends. I heard Destiny in a recent video get triggered about how, despite going to great lengths in the Peterson and Owens debate to not anger them, they still ended up highly triggered over those conversations, so that it isn't worth having a more general approach in debate scenarios, but I'd agree. In real debate scenarios, but I disagree. I think the obsession over optics on Twitter is regarded, but it's worth pointing out that on Peterson's channel, the video had an overwhelmingly positive reception of the comments. The contrast to Peterson's unhinged demeanor and commentary contrasts with Destiny's precision and calmness, produced one of the best debate performances I've seen him deliver, and I don't think going harder would have done him well. Most mainstream commentary was also very positive about how he handled Peterson. I think he did so well, in fact, that the comment section on the recent video where Peterson expressed disdain his destiny seems to be filled with a lot of disappointment. Oh, wait, really?
I've heard you say you're not confrontational by nature. Is that what you said?
I don't know what this Pints with Aquinas channel is. I also don't know how much this comment section has been brigaded by my own fan base. I felt like Jordan was fighting a stereotype of a far-left progressive in his head instead of Destiny. It made the debate more aggressive than it needed to be at points where there was no need for it. Destiny was pretty stoic. Based. Jordan came across as angry for being questioned. Peterson yelled and got angry each time before Destiny chose to. I think this is projection in its finest form. That's weird because Jordan Peterson definitely came across as easily the more aggressive one in that podcast. Oh. Destiny had kid gloves on and was very respectful in his pushback. This is a Destiny fan. The kid gloves comment is probably... Didn't that conversation have like over a million fucking views? What did that end up at on his channel? Damn, 3.1 million views.
If you think about...
What do his videos normally get? Wait, is this him talking to Russell Brand?
You know, this is a...
He's at... and he hits the rock. It's a force. Do you think that's all of that productivity?
Damn, I got a lot of views on this channel. Holy shit. Oh, this is a big one. The brutal reality of the Middle East. 1.6 million views. Jesus. Wait, I don't understand. How can you be so... Oh, I didn't see this one either. This is a big one. 2 million for Brett Cooper. Does politics just draw in more views? Well, no. Excuse me. I bring the views, mother. Okay. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 4 is 36. So he got 10.5 million views across 36 videos, and he got 3.1 million views in our one video, and this is the conversation he doesn't want to have again. What the fuck? That's... That's what I mean when I say I don't know if most people are grifters. I think people follow their emotions pretty closely. That's such a bizarro fucking thing to me. When did he say that?
If you think...
I thought he said that in this conversation. Didn't he say, I don't think I want to talk to this person again because he's...
I've heard you
too focused on being right.
Say you're not confrontational by nature. Is that what you said? Or you don't enjoy...
Yeah, well, I'm an agreeable person. I wouldn't have been a clinician.
So this is remarkable to me because you do go on the offensive when you feel like someone's attacking you, which is, of course, what you should do, I think, in moderation. You did this recently with that fella Destiny.
Yeah.
I mean, that was fun to watch. And I thought the two of you, it was an excellent exchange, but you seem to have no trouble calling people out and getting a...
Yeah, well, just because I'm agreeable doesn't mean I'm an idiot. You know, and there is a distinction there. And it's been something I've wrestled with my whole life because I was a peaceable and agreeable child.
Okay.
And I grew up in a relatively rough town and with relatively rough people. And I had to learn to hold my own. And that was I skipped a grade, so I was young and small in my class. That also put me at a disadvantage, especially athletically. And my friends were like tough kids. And you had to learn to defend yourself, and I could defend myself verbally.
Okay.
So
as an agreeable person, did you have to learn how to, you know, be disagreeable?
Definitely.
Have it be uncomfortable, but just keep going anyway.
Yeah, I learned that all the time. Every agreeable person has to learn that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's partly what you do as a therapist. One of the things that, one of the reasons people come for psychotherapy is because they're depressed or anxious. That's very common.
Yeah.
the other most common reason is for so-called assertiveness training. Right? People don't know how to stand up for themselves. Well, those are agreeable people. They're other-centered and maternal in some fundamental sense. And the problem with that is that it's not a good strategy for dealing with snakes.
Yeah.
So, everyone's a victim. It's like, no, not everyone. Like, there are victims. Infants, for example, you could take care of them. They could use some care. Adult men, they're not infants.
Yeah. But I thought it ended well, you and Destiny.
Yeah.
Because you even said, like, hey, we're getting everything out here. We're trying to come to something, and sometimes you have to be a little unruly in how you seek it out orally.
The problem with I found that likely the most. I had the most qualms about that podcast of any podcast I've done. Well, the reason is see, I learned.
Really, of anyone? I feel like our conversation wasn't that extreme. I feel like our conversation was pretty chill. Not like it was the most calm conversation ever, but in terms of the grand totality of all the conversations you had, or all the podcast episodes you've done, that was the most contentious.
I learned this when I was like 24. I learned that I had a proclivity to battle verbally to be right.
Okay.
Right, and that was a status thing. I'm right, you're wrong. So that redounds to my credit. I used my verbal intelligence as a weapon of dominance. Well, I stopped doing that when I was like 23. I thought, oh, that's the prideful worship of the Luciferian intellect. It's a really bad idea. Like, seriously. It's a seriously bad idea. And so I don't like talking to people who want to be right. And Destiny wants to be right.
Also, a massive thanks to Hallow.
Okay, I'm going to expose Jordan Peterson. All right? I'm exposing him. I didn't bring this up before, okay? Now that I've just rewatched this, now I'm triggered, okay? I showed up 30 minutes early, okay, to the fucking podcast we were supposed to do. And when I showed up, there's usually this little space where they escort you to, where they're like, oh, you can hang out here before we begin the show. I go back into this room, and I see Jordan sitting on the couch, and I say, hey, what's up, Jordan? All he does is he gets up, shakes my hand, and says, hey, how are you? And I said, I'm fine. He's like, oh, cool. I'll enjoy our conversation later. And then he sits down. Are you serious? This guy, and he just completely doesn't dance for me like a monkey. There's a reference to another meme. Okay, don't clip this. Okay. I still can't believe that guy. Can we disavow this idiot whenever Destiny is on screen? Title, I wouldn't be surprised if I get mass downvoted. His community is like the #1 brigading community on Reddit. Sure, he gets his nice dub on Sneaker or JP, but please, for sake, he's regularly saying the N-word, wishing for more AI porn of cutie Cinderella for him to jerk off to own Ludwig, constantly harassing Hassan and anyone else who so much just looks at him the wrong way. If you want to watch clips, that's fine, but please make it clear that we aren't glazing Destiny up. 900 upvotes. What a martyr. Until Ethan and Hassan had disagreements on leftovers, Destiny and his community were speaking about Ethan and the show staff like Dan, like how most of the right does. He saw the rift and thought it was his chance to get in there. Very manipulative in his approach. And by the way, I used to be a big Destiny watcher, but over the last 2 years, he's gone off the rails, and I could barely stomach him now. He has so much patience and time for right-wingers, defended Fresh and Fit with their latest baby mama drama, and will hang out with Nick Fuentes at his house. But if a leftist says something he doesn't like, he goes full nuclear and sends his brigade of idiots their way. A really awful person from what I have observed. Very bitter and just plain mean-spirited. Glad you got out. Kudos. Much of the rift between Ethan and Hassan was literally Destiny brigading, LARPing as fans of one side or the other, yelling at the other side. It's what they do. Literally. I remember screenshots from chat messages in Hassan's Discord were posted here, knowing that Ethan would eat it up, only for it to be manipulated, apparently, and the posters being Destiny kids. Destiny is a shit-idiot. Didn't Destiny just recently say the N-word? Fucking dumbass. Recently, yeah. Also openly and passionately defending his use of it for years. Constantly arguing that he should be able to say it in private. Weird behavior. And then, of course, he says it in public anyway. You mean the guy who was screaming it on stream while playing StarCraft 2 before Twitch was even Twitch? He had nothing new about that, LOL. Mr. Borelli, Divorcelli, Mr. Bainelli. I wish someone made a deep dive on him, because whenever I hear stuff from him, it's bad stuff. But I only see praise around for him. I only see praise for Destiny, yeah. And if someone posts critiques about him, his cult minions will brigade the post and comment stuff like, when did Destiny say that? He never said that. He actually said this. They're the f***ing worst. Wait, what? His cult minions will brigade the post and comment stuff like, when did Destiny say that? He never said that. He actually said this. They're the f***ing worst. There was a Deciding the Gurus episode on him that I thought was fair. Decoding the Gurus. Gurus? And while I like that episode, I think it was the guy's weakest take. To go from giving Hassan so much shit about just having communist ideals, really? Is that really what they only give him? I didn't listen to it, so. Destiny just released a video where he goes over all the background leading up to the most recent slur drama. It's pretty long, but if you actually want to hear what he believes instead of listening to 15-second clips, it's a good start. I don't need to watch a video of a white man defending his use of the N-word. The only context I might be able to understand, quoting a historical text, and I know he ain't doing that here. Since you specify N-word, it's safe to assume you think it's fine for Frogan to call white people racial slurs. Frogan is half white as well, unless you're advocating for the one to run away. What is half white? Is this the state of white people now? Wait, are we half white? Wait, what? When did this drop? When did this new racial take drop? I don't give a f. I'm white, and hearing a black person call me a cracker doesn't invoke ongoing centuries-old wounds and a history of oppression. Nobody cares about the N-word because it invokes century-old wounds and histories of oppression. They care about it because of current conditions, my dude. And because if you say it, it's a pretty big social no-no, and you kind of seem like a asshole. That's why people care. It's not like you're like you're in the middle of like in life or death fighting with a black dude and you invoke the N-word and all of a sudden his spirit is possessed by the old ghosts of like slavery's past and he just has to wait for a moment and contemplate the horrific past oppression of his people. Like, it's just kind of a dick thing to say and people have a strong reaction to it because people don't say very much. All they want to do is debate. They're lonely individuals and this is the only way they know how to communicate. Don't let them waste your time. I'd appreciate it if you didn't put words in my mouth. Calling a black person the N-word is worse than calling a white person a cracker, obviously. Okay. But that's not the comparison here. They are simply saying one versus using the other as an insult. I put no words in your mouth. I just said being mad at someone using the word cracker while defending using the N-word would be funny if it didn't betray your warped priorities. Like, he doesn't even, does he realize that he's not engaging with what's being said at all? I prioritize something that an oppressed people don't want to hear from the in-group due to a long history of oppression and violence against using a word to insult the in-group that is not offensive to the vast majority of the in-group and doesn't carry generational... Like, bro, nobody thinks about slurs like this. This is the most, academic-brained approach. Like, nobody thinks about this. I don't even think subconsciously we consider this. It's just like... This is the second time that Ethan has showed a Destiny clip on stream that portrays him in a positive light. There was no reason to show that clip in regards to Sneeko. It's also bizarre they chose to show the clip given the current drama surrounding Destiny and his BS take on saying the N-word. If Destiny becomes involved with the show in any way, I won't be able to keep watching. I've been a massive H3 fan for years, but platforming that piece of shit would be a deal breaker for me. He's a disgusting bully. If Ethan thought Hassan's fans were bad, Destiny's fan base makes all other fan bases look tame. By the way, I have hands down the best fan base in this community, like in the politisphere or whatever. In terms of like size, capability, and then like rules, I have the strictest rules of any online community. We try to be consistent on them more than any online community, and we probably engage in like behavior far less than any community, okay? We police the out of our own community. That's why when that one guy was posting fake logs of like Hassan's chat, it was my community that found it, right? And we're the ones that uncovered that and banned the dude. Like, my community is leagues above the rest of these degenerate subhuman filth. You don't have my whole Discord spamming racial slurs at a person because we disagree with their politics. It's unhinged and disgusting and degenerate. Hamas and Abi's fans will never blow your mind again if you view them as fans of Hassan. Not anything he does or says as much as the person he portrays. Okay. You know what's funny to me? Just reading through these comments, you can tell who the Destiny stans are purely on the tone of their comments. It's always this... I'm just a logical guy using logic. And oh, remember Ethan/Hassan said this? And to play devil's advocate, who's saying to play devil's advocate? What? Y'all act like those cicadas, right? That have gotten taken over by a parasite. Oh, cicadas? Is it cicada? Is it really spelled that way? Oh, are they different types of bugs? I'm so confused right now. Are these the same thing? You're thinking of circadian rhythm. Am I? Cicadas. Cicadas. Cicada. No. You're trolling. There are different there is no R in... What are the bugs that make the noises? They're in like all the anime. Cicadas. Aren't they cicadas? Am I crazy? Wait, people are saying I'm trolling. The cicada. Cicadas. 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 Cicada. Cicada. Thinking of June bugs? No, those are just... I don't even know what June bugs do. Do June bugs actually do anything? My grandma used to tell me that if a June bug grabs onto you, it'll never let go and it's impossible to take off. Is that even true? I remember hearing that as a kid. Did anybody else hear that growing up? I was always so fucking scared of June bugs walking around when they'd be like all over the floor because like if one grabs you, it's stuck on you forever. But I never saw that happen to anybody. There's no way that was true. It's like if you chew gum, it stays in your stomach for 7 years.
Stick to your fucking...
Did you see this? I tried to watch some of this because apparently he makes some actual criticisms, but he's like so I just can't. It was too much. What is this?
Stick to your gaming, Destiny. You're not a...
Why is this camera not even in focus? Okay, sorry.
Stick to your gaming, Destiny. You're not a real person. You've got nothing of relevance to say. Just stick to your gaming and shut the fuck up. Like...
Is he crying?
What? Sorry. I just shut the fuck up. Like, what? Sorry. I just really hate Destiny. Stick to your fucking gaming.
I hate Destiny. This is the same guy. Wait, John the Duncan. Wait, what was the name of the guy that I debated a long time ago who said that, like... Fuck, what did we argue about? I was running around in Rust building large furnaces at night. Was he the one where, like, if you had sex with your girlfriend at night, it's like rape? Oh, this is a different Duncan? How many retarded fucking Duncans are there? My God. Okay.
He wants people to understand why why black people might want to be away from their oppressors, why black separatism exists in the first place, and why it is not white supremacism.
There's a difference between being away from and you forcibly expelling people, if that makes sense.
But this is...
We're not talking about the black Kenyans didn't up and leave. They kicked it, or in her words, they got rid of white people.
Yeah, and that's good. I mean, like they got rid of the white people who were the settler colonialists. I don't like.
Okay, dude. Look, I like you. I really do, and I don't want to fall out with you. But what you were expressing there is some really fucking yikesy shit, man.
It is absolutely
It's good
not.
that they got rid of white people.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously what is being referred to in this context is settler colonials, right?
Right, but not all white people in Kenya were like running the department of kill all black people.
He wants people to...
Jesus. He gives like a really interesting breakdown of, although I feel like as a person that knows nothing about fashion whatsoever, I feel like this guy leans really hard into like cultural messaging when it comes to clothing. I don't know how much that matters for the average person or how important it is, but his threads of where he does like the animals, I don't know why, there's a lot of interesting content. I think he used the Hugo Boss bear, and then he does sometimes like Kermit the Frog. Yeah, it's just very, very interesting threads talking about fashion. Where he goes through and he talks about like why different things work, why things don't work. This thread was okay. I didn't like it. Well, I mean, it was fine. The Kermit the Frog one was really interesting, I thought, but here, follow him if you want. Oh, Piers Morgan. That was the one, I think. This guy puts way more work into thinking about fucking fashion or clothes than I could have ever imagined, but... Wait, I'm just like clicking shit without even looking at it. Sorry. Doesn't it feel like he's making shit up half the time? I thought that the other day because I was going back and I was like, wait, could this guy literally say anything and I would believe it? Because I'm not sure. Oh, it was this one. Someone from Piers Morgan's staff asked if I would like to come on to Piers' show, Piers Morgan Uncensored, to talk about the state of his attire. Since he invited feedback, I thought I'd do a thread comparing his style to menswear icon Kermit the Frog. Start with the basics. The core of any outfit is fit and silhouette. Piers' suit jackets often have lapels that buckle away from his chest and a collar that floats from his neck. This suggests his jackets may be too small. No such issues for Kermit the Frog. His clothes hang beautifully and smoothly while still giving a distinctive, flattering silhouette. Piers knows that he looks best in a tailored jacket, so he wears them to social functions. However, he relies too much on formal tailoring, such as dark worsted suits in sober colors. This puts him in a somewhat awkward position of trying to find ways to dress them down. He knows that people at the event may not be wearing suits, but he also doesn't know what else to wear, so he ditches the tie or wears a suit jacket with jeans to look casual. A dark worsted suit without a tie is like the night sky without stars. Kermit the Frog understands this, so he always makes sure he has something, sheen, color, or pattern, between his jacket's front edges. This adds a bit of visual interest to what's a very sober ensemble. Kermit also knows that if he doesn't want to wear a tie, he should opt for a more casual top. He often reaches for a charcoal turtleneck. Since turtlenecks aren't meant to be worn with ties, he doesn't look like he's missing something. Since Piers seemingly only has dark worsted suits in colors such as black, navy, or gray, he often looks like he's just come out of a business meeting, even when he's at social functions. No such issue for Kermit the Frog. He has a wider variety of options, such as tweeds, checked sports coats, and casual suits made from materials like linen and available in colors like cream. This allows him to look put together without seeming corporate. For a more casual look, Piers often wears these plain, smooth merino sweaters in solid colors. These sweaters can sometimes be fine under a tailored jacket, but on their own, they lack something. No such issue for Kermit the Frog. He knows that if you're going to wear a sweater on its own, then it needs something like a pattern or texture to make it interesting. Good options include spongy Shetlands, chunky Arons, Fair Isles, and ribbed shaker knits. The biggest issue with Piers' casual wear is that it has no direction. It's sort of a mismatch of generic clothes, polos and button-up shirts with pre-washed blue jeans, or flat front beige chinos, sometimes layered with plain merino sweater. When he layers, the outfits lack cultural meaning or coherency. He talks about this a lot. He's very big on clothing culture. E.g., a top coat with polo and sweatpants. When he tries to look a bit cooler, he thinks only in terms of single items, e.g., the black dress shirts popular with divorced men hitting the club. Kermit doesn't think of outfits in parts or as a pseudoscience, e.g., black goes with blue, but as cultural language. He thinks of the total outfit and what it conveys. The rebel look with a biker jacket and jeans, or the time he wore white suits with gold chains in the 70s. Is that a correct use of e.g.? E.g. means for example. I.e. means such as, I think, right? Maybe? I don't know. Is it true that 1 out of every 100 shirt of the one you're wearing have the N-word printed somewhere on the shirt? No, common misconception though. It's 1 out of 100 has the N-word printed on the front. All of them have the N-word printed somewhere. Most of them are on the inside. Here we see him taking chances with a beautifully patterned serap or serape and a safari-worn jacket with a neckerchief and beret. Or I might mean in other words, maybe. Men often struggle with this because their identity may be rooted in just being a normal dude, so they see any outfit that deviates from some middle-class uniform as cosplay. But do you think a frog actually herds cattle? By thinking of clothes as cultural language, Kermit is able to put together cooler outfits. Here, he's channeling 1980s Miami Vice energy with a lightweight jacket, pink mock neck, striped pants, white horsebit loafers, and giant sunglasses. Compare these two outfits. Piers' black polo with checked knee-length shorts and bad sneakers says nothing, but Kermit's cargo shorts with an Aloha shirt, fishing bag, and straw hat says, I'm a mid-century sportsman on vacation. To develop your visual vocabulary, you have to pay attention to culture. Think about how clothes were worn in the past by various cultural groups. Here we see all of the references for Kermit's outfit above. You can see how the same language is channeled in I'm Leon Door's spring/summer lookbook. The outfit on the right is a little better because the man is wearing a jacket. Outfits often need a finishing layer, but perhaps Kermit was hot that day. We see the same issue here. Piers is wearing a slim, shapeless topcoat with a stretched-out V-neck, a white dress shirt, a scarf, bad jeans, and suede loafers. Confusing, no cultural message, aesthetically unappealing. Like, if I were to look at somebody like this, I would have no idea. I still am not sure. Is there actually anything wrong with this? I have no fucking idea. Do you think things like an eye for aesthetic can be learned? Absolutely. You just have to practice it. You have to, like, apply it and practice it and use it. And eventually you develop, like, you'll develop it. Again, the same issue here. Piers is wearing generic clothes, no cultural message, lack of a finishing layer, visually uninteresting. Kermit improves on this by aligning the materials, chambray with denim, and using an open shirt as a lightweight layer. Has a workwear vibe. Finally, Kermit knows that dinner suits, aka tuxedos, should be worn with black bow ties made from the same material as the jacket's facings, not long black ties, which should be reserved for business meetings, court appearances, and funerals. Piers looks best on his TV show, where he employs a visual language he knows. Dark suit, light shirt, dark tie. He just needs to learn a few more languages for when he's off the show, and perhaps pay attention to Kermit the Frog. That's cute. I like that it ends with like a compliment as well. And then and it's a compliment that also brings together like his whole point. Like, Piers looks best here, but it's because he understands the cultural language of what he's trying to convey. So he has the capability of doing it. He just needs to expand that to a few more things. I thought this was a cute thread. A lot of this guy's commentary on fashion stuff is really interesting, but way past anything I'm unaware of. Okay. Link me the TikTok. Somebody knows what I'm talking about, okay? There is a guy, and he's fat, but he kills it. Holy shit. Nobody knows what I'm talking about? Will women find me attractive if I cover myself in oil? Yes. As long as you run around shirtless. I think skinnier people are generally more attractive as it makes your face look better. That really depends. I mean, I think there are ideal weights for faces. Some people's face looks better with a little more weight. Some people look better with a little less weight. It really just depends on. That's a really general statement, I think. Nobody remembers the guy we looked at. God damn it. Oh, never mind. Good job. Underscore some dude. You found it. Jesus, this guy is.
Not done yet. I realized the other day that I can sit on this side of the couch and you can still see me instead of leaning on this fucking wall. Changed my life. It's good. Here comes the best part. I tied this one with a 4-in-hand knot. A lot of different knots that you can use to tie something like this. Don't fucking come at me in the comments. Okay, let's put a coat on it. Yeah. One more.
God damn. He's got other outfits too. This guy is wild. Holy shit. Fuck, he's got one with like a whole coat and a hat thing. This guy's got some wild fits. Do you think it's easier to look good in clothes if you're skinny or bigger? I would take everything I say about fashion with a grain of salt, but I would say with light information that whether you're skinny or fat doesn't really matter. There are clothes that can make you look really good if you're fatter. There are clothes that can make you look really bad if you're skinny. I think that like fitting clothes to your height and your body composition are like really particular to your height and your weight. And the idea that it's just like, oh, when you're skinny, things might fit easier, like the belt buckles or whatever. But in terms of looking good, I think like it's really easy, for instance, for really skinny, lanky people to have clothes that ordinarily would fit well on somebody be like kind of baggy or loose. And you might completely lose any sort of like silhouette or any sort of like figure because you've got like stuff hanging off you, or that's like too baggy or doesn't fit well. So just because you're skinny doesn't mean that something will fit, or it's easier to find stuff that fits better. I think it might, maybe in general that's true, like as a very, very general take. But yeah, I think that it's not just a matter of like skinny or fat, I think. Where's the coat this guy had? Oh shit. No, wait, is this what we just watched? I think we just watched this one. No, fuck. This one. Oh my God. What is this one? God damn. Oh, look at this. Oh. Oh, we got the TikTok music and everything. God damn. Look at the coat and the colors. Oh, he's got a little flower thing in his pocket. Holy shit. God, this guy. Okay, we're done. This guy is a really good fashion. One piece of advice that I see given in like MFA places or whatever too is that like if you're trying to find clothes that fit or if you want a fashion that works for you, look at other celebrities that have a similar build as you. One mistake that sometimes people make is they're like, oh, I want to look good in XYZ outfit, and then what they do is they'll buy clothes that look really good on a celebrity who's like 6'5", who's like 6'5" in black. And you'll be like a 5'9" Caucasian kid or like a 5'8" Latino kid, and you're like, oh shit, like I want to wear what not Jordan B. Peterson, Michael B. Jordan wears. And it's like, well, no, for a variety of, like, find people that are similar build, similar composition, similar height, and then like wear what they wear, and then you can practice on that. Or don't, and just wear sweatpants and t-shirts all day, because fuck yeah, okay. Oh, different people carry weight in different ways. Like some men will carry a lot of weight in their belly and their thighs. So like an attractive weight for them is probably going to be lower than guys that carry fat around their body more generally. Like I know some guys, even in the casino, there are some guys that like, even as they get fat, they still look pretty good, but for some reason, their fat just kind of like distributes around their body a lot better. Their arms will be kind of fat, their legs will be kind of fat, their belly, their chest, their shoulders, like everything's like kind of like building fat. And then for some people, like the fat just like goes right to their stomach, right to their thighs, and that's it. And then those people generally have to lose more weight, or it's a lot harder for them to carry weight and look good, to carry fat and look good, just because of the genetic apportioning of fat around your body. And then women have this issue on fucking steroids, because for women, a lot of women's like beauty literally comes from fat deposits. So your ass and your chest, like boobs are fat, booties are fat, and if you wear fat well, there's a million fitness influencer models who look really good, who can't lift shit. They don't do anything really in the gym. They go and they cardio bunny for like 20 minutes and they think it's because they lift and work out so much, but not really. They're just like relatively lean, but the places where they carry fat is really nice. That's why you'll see girls with like super nice looking bubble butts that'll talk about how hard they work out. And then when you look at their Instagram, you know, they're hip thrusting like 115 and maybe squatting 95 for reps. And it's like, oh, well, I go to the gym a lot. I was like, no, you just wear fat easily well. And then other girls will like no fat goes to their boobs, or before the fat goes to their boobs, their midsection will fill out, or like their fupa or their thighs will fill out. And then in order for them to lose weight, they've got to lose their boobs. So yeah, for women, I think it's way more brutal because so many fatty deposits on the body are like supposed to be part of your womanhood. Whereas guys can just be lean and be fine, I think. Yeah.
What's the latest, homie?
Wait, is that Dan?
Yeah.
You're so street now. What's up, homie?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, ever since you called me your frienda, I was like, I've been learning how to be more like, more tough, more street, etc. You know? So, no, I just see that it's car talk. Listen, I love cars. I love car talk, okay? Oh, and I feel like we're both pretty knowledgeable. So, we can come, I agree with you. Manual has to be a requirement. Has to be. It's going to absolutely fuck you. but you got to do it. You have to.
Okay. I want to write. Okay. Let's think for a second. Okay. For requirements, okay. Any car that I buy is going to be faster than my RS, probably, right? Anything 100K plus is going to be faster. Well, I'm just saying because so I can eliminate this, so I don't need to have this written down here, okay? For handling well, every car today, cars are getting better, tires are getting better, so like everything should handle fine, okay? So it needs to be less than 250K, manual transmission. It'd be nice if it would be unique.
So I think let's have requirements and then very important. I think it's important to separate it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm probably just going to keep I'm keeping my RS.
Okay.
So fuck it. We'll have that.
So you have your, well, I mean, what you could do, well, I don't know. I was going to say, as you get more into the podcast stuff, maybe it would be more appropriate if you're going to keep a second car to have something that could be used quasi as a truck or an SUV or something along those lines.
Fuck that.
Okay, well then fuck it. I mean, so you...
It's not the worst idea, but I'm 35 years old. I've never needed one up to this point in my life. I doubt I'll need one in the future. I could just rent.
Well, I mean, yeah, fine. Then it's not a big deal. Okay, so let's talk about an important thing. So all-wheel drive, do we care if it's mid-engine versus rear-wheel drive?
I mean, I feel like mid-engine is nice because because of the distribution of weight on the vehicle, doesn't that help a lot with the oversteer, understeer? Doesn't it make it handle a lot better?
Well, sure, but like you'll get... mid-engine vehicles that will just be rear-wheel drive. They won't be all-wheel drive, right?
I don't know if the all-wheel drive necessarily matters as much if the weight distribution and the suspension are really, really good. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know the answer.
I guess the way we can actually look at this is really when it comes to traction. If it's doing a better 0 to 60 than where you're at, then the traction should be, I guess, better. No, not better.
Maybe, although keep in mind 0 to 60 is going to be like with sometimes even with wider tires, but it's going to be summer tires on a track.
Yeah.
And it's going to be built for like 0 to 60. So like if you look at like rear wheel drive cars, their 0 to 60 time on a track is not going to be real world because those like most, or at least in my experience, I could be talking older cars, like 2010 cars, like you're never 0 to 60 in a like even the Mustang V8s won't get all their power to the ground. They're going to spin out like crazy.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, they do the thing like before they,
But that might not be the case anymore. Maybe nicer rear wheel drive, like 150K plus cars. Maybe they don't have that problem. I don't know. I'm not sure.
No, I'm sure. I mean, when you go to the track before they do the green light, you're like burning out for like 3 seconds to warm up your tires. But
we're driving up first. Yeah.
Let me ask you. Actually, I don't know the answer to this. When you're doing like if you're on the track, if you're all-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive, does that affect the like I don't want to say like the performance, but the maneuverability of the vehicle if you're going around a track or doing like Steven style driving? Does that matter?
My assumption is going to be that all-wheel drive generally gives you better traction, but it's going to come at a cost, I think, of... I don't know if you lose a little bit of power through the drivetrain.
You lose a little bit of power, and you have a slightly worse gas mileage.
Yeah, the gas mileage is fucked, yeah. But I just don't know in terms of like track... Well, maybe, yeah.
I think we should assume that any really nice sports car that we're getting, even if it's rear-wheel drive, is going to be effective enough that we shouldn't be considering all-wheel drive as a requirement, I would think.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. Maybe, yeah. The thing that sold me the hardest on the RS though was it's like point and go. Like that car handles so unbelievably well. That's why I went with this over the STI or the.
But how much of that is because of the all-wheel drive though?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't know. I feel like I can point this car in any direction and slam the gas and it's just going to go. Like it's hard. Like if I want to like,
if it was front wheel drive, it probably would have been the same. Honestly,
I don't know because I tested the. Oh God, was it a Civic a long time ago? Because the Civics and the Civic SIs and the Type Rs, I think, are front wheel drive. But I don't know how much. I'm just saying this, but I don't know how much was because of the drivetrain versus the other stuff. I really don't know.
Okay, so let's talk about other requirements. So this doesn't seem like a big deal for now. So now the next thing is going to be cost of ownership. I think that's something. Let's determine if that matters. Okay, and you might be like, I don't give a shit. I'm a millionaire.
I do give a shit. Okay, I'm not going to spend $30,000 a year maintaining your car.
So there you go. So is this a deal breaker then? Because essentially this would mean some.
I think I'm staying away from the types of cars that are going to be like. I don't think your average Porsche is like 5-figure yearly maintenance or whatever for as much as I drive.
Probably not. But for instance, like getting like an earlier Lamborghini, I mean, not that would be your car that you would get. That would be like insane maintenance if you drove it that much.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that seems like a requirement is the cost of maintenance is under 10K a year.
Probably, yeah.
Or actually, no, it's.
I mean, I don't
usually
even
by miles
drive.
driven.
Yeah, I don't even drive that much. So whatever the.
So it really doesn't matter then. If you say it's 30K a year, but that would be if you drove like 10,000 miles. How many miles a year do you think you drive?
Right now? Well, I mean, let's see. I've got, Jesus. My car is a 2017, so I bought it in 2016.
Yeah, but let's just, we only have to go off the last few years.
No, but I'm just saying, like, in general, if it's a 2016 and I've got 45,000 miles on it in 8 years, and that's driving from Nebraska to LA, and then Nebraska to San Francisco and back, and then LA to Miami. So I've got like probably at least like 15,000 of those miles are like just moving in long distance miles. So I don't drive that much. Probably less than 5,000 a year.
Is there any way you can know what the mileage was like 2 years ago on your vehicle? Like maybe when you got
like a Carfax or something? I have no idea.
No, like in your email, maybe there's something like an oil change or something.
I don't think Jiffy Lube or any of those people.
Okay.
The trigonometry debate is live. Yeah, I'll check it later.
I would be surprised if you drove 3,000 miles a year.
3,000 miles a year, maybe. The only thing that challenges that is like there are times where like I'll drive over to like is it St. Pete or Naples, or there are times where I'll drive up to Orlando and come back.
Okay, sure. But in those times also you could also take the Focus. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, you're right. Maybe. Well, no, those are definitely the times I'd want to take the. If I'm driving up to like Orlando or driving west, those are like the most fun times to take a fun car. I think.
But what about if you are taking more than one person with you, right?
No, yeah, well, obviously then I wouldn't. Yeah. Damn, have you driven down to Key West?
No.
The speed limits on those roads are like 50 tops. It's agonizing, and there are a lot of cops. Holy shit.
Yeah. It's not surprising. They probably get all of their funding from fucking giving people tickets.
It's insane how low the speed limits are through all the keys. That's wild. But okay.
Okay, so cost of maintenance, let's say $2 per mile is the limit.
Okay.
Or do you want to go to $1 per mile?
I don't even know how that would end up working out, but maybe.
Well, that would be like if you drove 3,000 miles in a year. $3,000 of cost would be okay, but 6,000 would not, or something. Or 6,000 is okay.
I don't think I'm worried about maintenance that much.
Okay, fine. We're not worried about cost of maintenance. Okay, so we're not going to leave that. Okay, a really big one here is also something that's going to significantly limit your scope of what you can get. Are you okay with a low mile used car? Can you get over that? Because the world becomes your oyster.
No, yeah, I don't care. I can buy used cars, but I don't think I want like a 2004. Like this is a really cool.
Fine.
I want something like 2020 later. I think.
Okay, so 2020 is the year you think? Like the last.
I want something that's like current, new. I don't want something that was like cool like 20 years ago. Yeah, like I'm not trying to buy like an S2000 or whatever. Like I'm just.
Sure, obviously. Okay. All right, so now that we have this, let's start going through what the options are. Let me.
Well, I have. Okay, I'm gonna start.
So what do we know of? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start writing down.
And I'll start coming up with some as well. But we have an easy list so far. We have, I think the R8. We have 911 Turbo. We have a 911 GT3. I mean, we're just putting down everything that fits into what we're talking about, right?
Yeah. Okay. What are the major factors? Okay, so we're gonna have cost. We'll do 0 to 60. We'll do quarter mile. Appearance. Out of 5. Out of 10. Do you think it matters? Do you care much about naturally aspirated versus like turboed?
I mean, that's the big difference between the GT3 versus the 911 Turbo. I think it's less maintenance cost when you don't have a turbo or a supercharger or a hybrid system.
Sure.
Like
I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking, does it make sense when I say that I like cars that have like their peak torque is like 25 to 3,500 RPM as opposed to having to get to 6,000, 7,000 for your peak torque? Is that like a fair statement, or is that fucking retarded for me to say?
I think it's probably retarded for you to say, because most of these are going to find a way to, kind of figure something out, and.
Like I'm not saying that makes it faster. I like having my having my peak torque in the lower RPM range is more fun personally. Like as a personal driving thing, it's more fun for me to have that immediately rather than waiting for the RPMs to take off to hit my like good torque curve or whatever. But that might be retarded. Maybe there's reasons why that's stupid. I think I'm not sure.
Yeah, what's the max price again? 250?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so obviously the new Corvette is an option for you, right? Do those come in manual? They must, right?
Maybe, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, hold on, transmission. Have you ever driven a supercharged car?
Yep.
Why are, so I guess superchargers have the advantage of being able to kick on way earlier.
Well, they're on all the time, basically. Like as soon as you go, it's the belt is connected to the supercharger.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, but for a turbo, you've got to wait for exhaust. So superchargers can kick in earlier. Or do superchargers tend to hit like as you're lower, or do they come in higher, or does it? Or there's always.
I think it's going to be similar, right? Like the supercharger is also always going, but so is a turbocharger. But like it's just they don't have that much of a effect until they get to a higher RPM band where they're able to.
But the supercharger can be. Because it's belt fed, the supercharger can go immediately. The turbo, if it's, I think the problem with
turbo
turbos
still has exhaust. Your car's still on. It's still idling at 2,000 RPM.
Well, yeah, but the issue I think is if you have a smaller turbo, it can kick on earlier, but it won't give you as much power. But if you have a larger turbo, you have to wait to feel the turbo kick on. Basically, like you have to be pushing more power through the engine.
Do you know what? I don't know if new cars do this, but what some older cars did, or at least some people who worked on their cars, I think, is that they would have a twin turbo setup and they would have two
I'm aware.
turbos.
You get a small one and a large one to get rid of the turbo life and the bigger one. Yeah.
Yep. So they could go basically and have the whole power band available. I'm trying to see if the new Corvette comes in as 6-speed.
Turbochargers are free power. Turbochargers are not free power. You have to use more probably fuel to make it work. Remember, turbochargers work by. It might not seem like it, but your exhaust system is. Your car has to create power to push exhaust out of the car. That's what you're doing with your exhaust. That's why having like a getting new exhausts that are like straight pipes or larger from is it the manifold down? I don't remember. Or getting like high flow catalytic converters. These give you more power because your engine has to push not as much to push the gas out of the car. If you have a turbocharger and you're rerouting your fumes from the engine or your exhaust from the engine into an air intake to spin a turbine to increase the air intake to pack more air in, then you're creating more resistance on that exhaust path, and that resistance has to be pushed against by your engine. So turbos are not free power. They have I mean, it gives you more power, but it comes at an expense. It's either more gas or something, right? Turbos don't work like that anymore. They have anti-lag and MPG diff is way lower now. They might be nicer, but I don't know. When you say turbos don't work like that anymore, I don't know what you mean by that. Turbo stands for turbine. It's a turbine that spins with gas. In order to spin something, unless we're violating physics or something, you have to push it. You've got to push against it. There has to be a force there to push against it. Take this L. Fuck you. I thought exhaust was the waste gas created from the engine burning gas for the power needed for the car to move. Yes, but once that gas is created, it's just sitting there, right? But you can't just make gas and have it sit there. You've got to push it out. It has to be pushed out of the back of your car in order to create room for new gas being expelled, right?
And you know what I was thinking would be cool is the NSX Final Edition, but apparently it's not a manual.
Okay, I'm going to run through. I'm going to add options that this guy listed. I got an email with some cars. Okay.
Okay, sure.
So the first one he lists are hello, I'm your resident car freak. Wow, car freak, he said. Here are my recommendations. Full disclosure, I've been a Porsche owner for... Is it Porsche or Porsche? Do you know how to... Is it... I feel like I always say Porsche.
I think the losers... Yeah, those are the losers. They say Porsche.
Okay, so Porsche.
Yeah.
We need to call in a car talk.
Yeah. Oh my God. Can this be the car talk episode? I love car talk.
Wait, have you... I don't know if I saw this on Reddit or if this... Or I feel like I didn't see this on Reddit. People were saying I posted Reddit. I'm pretty sure I remembered listening to this in my car because I think my local radio station was playing like a...
on NPR. It's the funniest shit ever.
Yeah. Did they stop... Did they quit like 15 years ago? Or... Do you
yeah,
know?
and they still play it. Yeah.
Okay, 'cause
so
I was
one
gonna-
of the dudes died a while back, and then it's still syndicated because it's just such a fucking awesome.
Sure,
show.
but I was saying that I think there was like a best of episode that they were playing on. I don't think it was NPR actually. It was my local radio station. I think they were playing a best of because they were quitting the show or something was happening. But this was these guys do a show called Car Talk, and
I just
fuck. Well, if this is on Reddit now, it feels lame playing it. But this was cute. Here you go. These guys, yeah.
Next caller, this guy, you'd have to say was definitely out there. I mean, that would be a good way to describe him. Would you say?
Oh, yeah, he was out there all right, and it took us a while, but we eventually, even us.
It did take us a while, though. That's stupid.
We eventually caught on. Seven, hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hello, Tom Ray. It's great to talk to you. This is John from Houston.
Hi, John.
John, we can barely hear you.
Okay, I'll speak up a little bit.
Oh, that's good.
I work for the government, so I can't tell you too much, but I occasionally drive this government vehicle. It's one of those Rockwell things.
Uh-huh.
And twice it's done a very funny thing, and I thought maybe you guys could help me with it.
What Rockwell thing?
You know, one of those Rockwell vans?
A van?
Anyway, the twice that I've driven this thing off the line, when I first started up, it starts great. Accelerates really, really well.
Yeah.
And it runs incredibly rough, though, for about 2 minutes. This is one of those puzzlers.
Yeah. Rough for 2 minutes.
After the first 2 minutes, after this really rough ride, there's kind of a jolt, and then it runs smooth, but only for about 6.5 more minutes. And then at that point, the engine dies.
The engine dies?
Yeah, it just stops completely.
Gee, you know, I hate to make any...
Two different vehicles by serial number, and both have done exactly the same thing.
Oh, these vehicles have serial numbers.
Well,
I mean, different vehicles.
I hate to be suspicious.
I'm suspicious also.
I hate to be suspicious, but the whole what would I call it? The sound coming from the telephone.
Yeah.
Sounds so familiar. I mean, I expect you to say
I'm on the cellular.
Yeah, you sound like Tom Hanks saying, "Houston, we have a problem." Where are you calling from, John?
Just a second. Let me look. I'm about 200 miles north of Hawaii.
No. Really? No kidding. How did they fish you into this deal?
Oh, this is a good deal. In fact, I'm in the vehicle as we speak.
And it's probably running really quiet right now, huh?
Yeah, it's running pretty quiet, I'd say. We're still going pretty fast, but it's very quiet.
How fast are you going?
Oh, about 17,500 miles an hour.
Boy, this thing must have some brakes, huh?
This must be a Dodge Dart. Holy cow.
I can tell you this much. When we use the brakes, they glow red hot.
Oh, I bet they do.
You know, when I heard you...
That was cute. That's apparently this guy's been listening to him since he was a kid, and now he's an astronaut calling from the space station. How cute is that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is what I was laughing at. This is so fucking stupid. This is so fucking retarded. Pilot Eli Copter. Jesus Christ.
All right, so what's the list of cars this guy has?
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. All right. We have the first one up is we have a Porsche 992 911 GT3. Why are there so many different numbers?
That's the model. That's going to be an older one.
This is the more track-oriented version of the 911 and comes in 3 variants. The standard GT3 with the swan neck spoiler, the Touring with the spoiler removed, and the RS, which should be a dedicated track card. I would look towards the first 2, depending on how you feel about the spoiler. These all of the same 4.0 liter flat 6 engine that produces right over 500 horsepower and 347 pounds. What does a flat 6 look like? I don't think I've ever seen a non-V6 engine.
This car is from the late 90s, so you know.
Really? The picture you linked looks so nice.
Yeah, it's from like late 90s to like the early 2000s. I'm just saying it's going against you want a new car. Like this is
okay, sure.
a very old card.
Let's see. Good for 3.9 seconds 0 to 60 in the manual and 3.4 seconds with the PDK, Porsche's dual clutch automatic. The jewel of the car is the engine. It is naturally aspirated and revs to 9K. See this video. Like, I'm a big fan of manual transmissions, but if I ever needed to swap to an automatic, it would be for this transmission. These are the ultimate driver's car at the moment to me. He's making it sound like this is a current car. Hold on, let me look at this real quick.
Wait, sorry. 2013 to 2016. What am I thinking of then?
Well, this one was made in 2022, 2 years ago. So I think they still make this one.
991?
99299 or 911. 992-911.
You said 991.
I just said both. 992-911 GT3.
Okay.
Look at that blue.
Just come on up. Jack, finally, the 992 on the street. This thing is going to eat up this road faster than we can manage.
Yes, so later in this drive, we're going to head to Road Atlanta where we're going to chase Patrick Long, but before then...
Wow.
Does the engine not do the pop thing at all? I don't know how I feel about the popping stuff. My Focus does it. My Focus RS does it. Sorry. Where I think it's if you floor it. I'm trying to remember the explanation. Apparently, if it runs really rich, but it's supposed to, as you're accelerating, when you let off the gas, unignited fuel mixture in the back will pop in the exhaust, so it gives it that popping sound. I don't know why, or if that's a good thing or a bad thing, or if it's just a thing that happens. Do these things is that absent in these? I don't like this. I don't think I like the sound that much. Are you planning to keep the RS for the 4-door? I think I am keeping my RS. Yeah, fuck it. Or I might even try my RS for a Miata. I don't know. We'll see.
Look at the road ahead. You just want to go flat out. That's the problem in this.
Yeah, this is a spectacular automobile for all the reasons we talked about in the shop. And you and I have had...
New GT3 RS are 400 to 450K. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I don't think... GT3 MSRP.
Wait, sorry, to be clear.
What?
Is this a 992 or a 991? These are two different generations of cars. Which one are we supposed to be looking
Are you
at?
sure? This says 992 911 GT3.
992,
We showcased the new 2022.
Yes, 911 or 991? Which one?
992 911. The 992 911.
911, 992. That's the current version, 911 GT3.
Yes.
Okay, that's too expensive for you.
This says, somebody said you'll never get one near MSRP.
Yeah, you're not getting that car. Sorry. 991 is a generation.
Okay.
992 is a generation.
Unique privilege of driving both.
That popping is used as a method for anti-lag and is indeed when you run rich. Usually doesn't do anything for performance-wise for natural aspiration. Okay. Well, but
all right. Well, it doesn't matter. We're not getting this one. So what's
what is the? You think the? Okay.
I don't think you're going to get a GT3 of the current year. For
this guy says he listed prices on third-party sites as 240K to 260K.
Let me look on Auto Trader for a GT3.
Wait.
Yeah, I think so.
260K. Why do you like your Focus RS so much? I think it was the fastest in its class over the other three cars that I looked at, and it's unique, which I like, and it looks cute. I like the blue. Okay, price 240 to 260K. Even the non-RS GT3s are somewhat hard to get from dealerships. Maybe your connections can come into play here. Pros: smooth power delivery with NA, I think that means naturally aspirated 4.0 liter engine that revs to 9K. Sounds unreal. Since 2011, Porsche has produced extremely reliable vehicles. Porsche build quality is unparalleled. Their automatic is the gold standard if you need to go that route. The 911, especially the GT variants, hold their value. It's possible to make money. Okay. Cons: it largely looks like the other 911, so the uniqueness is lessened to people who don't know the model range. Ride quality is on the firmer side. Can be hard to acquire unless you go to third party. See bringatrailer.com. I've never
It's not a manual either.
I think he says it comes in manual and automatic.
Why is this not on the site when I go to build it then?
I don't know. Honorable mentions: the previous generation GT3, the 991 911 GT3, is still an amazing car. It will with slightly different styling. If you don't like the 992 911, 992, 911 Turbo or Turbo S. These are very capable cars as well. It will be faster in some cases due to all-wheel drive and more comfortable for daily driving. In my opinion, you sacrifice some of the uniqueness because getting power from turbochargers is relatively easy these days. I don't have an attachment to naturally aspirated engines at all. I like turbos. Fuck that. But, okay, wait, hold on. He said you could also consider a GT3 991 911. Okay. Okay. Recommendation number 2. Oh, wait, let me write this. 0 to 60, 3.9 seconds, 3.4 seconds for the dual clutch. Quarter mile time not listed, which doesn't matter as much, I don't think. For appearance, I think this car looks cute. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. 992, 911. God, I hate these yellow fucking license plates. Are these like just European general? Does the EU mandate the ugliest fucking plates you could possibly imagine? I will say one thing that's nice about the United States is our license plates are way, in every European country I've been in, your license plates are fucking disgusting. Not to be mean, I'm sorry. Rear engine Porsche has better handling than mid engine since braking moves the center of gravity to the center of the car, but if you want to maximize balance, get a car with a transaxle. Wait, there's rear? I thought mid engine and rear engine were like the same thing. I had no idea. Okay.
Here, I'm going to give you, so you can actually add like a sample car. So this is the cheapest one on AutoTrader for what was just suggested. So you can add that maybe as a new, like example of what you could get. So this is the cheapest possible one of the GT3.
Let's see.
If you're going 2020 plus, I mean, in that year.
Fuck, hold on. Okay. You're cucking yourself from so many cars by not looking at rear-wheel drives. I'll look at rear-wheel drives. No problem looking at rear-wheel drives. What plugins do you use? Not many. My thing is actually pretty stock. Community plugins. I use callout manager so you can make nicer callouts. Colored text is nice. Dub colored text. Importer. I thought I deleted this fucking thing. I don't know what the fuck it does. I haven't been able to use it at all. Oh, and timeline. I deleted this thing. Fuck this. I really just use these two sparingly. Well, no, actually, callout manager is nice for quotes, and colored text is nice for colored text. And then for core plugins, I use most of them, I think. Okay. I'll give this an 8 out of 10 for how it looks, I think. I think this looks really nice, actually. Yeah. Okay. Naturally aspirated, yes. And then transmission is supposedly... All these manuals are going to be at least a 6-speed if they're manual, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, I don't think they do 5 speeds anymore.
So 6-speed or PDK. All right.
And maybe one more category, example vehicle, and we do a listing to one.
Wait, hold on. No, that's fine. I want to look up a whole bunch of car prices now because I don't even know which one will end up.
Well, no, I'm doing it for you, so you don't have to. So it's just there.
Well, okay. Hold on.
Okay, then fuck it. If you have the link there, don't give a shit.
Well, I saved a link for the one there, but okay. We'll post it one more time because I don't want to spam, but Destiny Ticket be the 2024 Mustang Dark Horse. What the fuck is that? Amazing daily. The Coyote engine is proving to be incredibly reliable. Easily 750, 800 if you ever want to add any boost. Comes with a Tremac TR3160 manual transmission and ships so well. Roomy and again, a perfect daily. Dark Horse Mustang. The only thing I don't like about the Mustangs that keeps me away from them is I don't like the, I said this before, I don't like the boxy car look. And the Mustangs are like driving battle tanks for me. Although I'm accustomed to driving smaller, I don't know if you say European style cars.
They're big.
Yeah, they're big. That's the only thing I don't like. It's the only thing that would keep me off the Mustang. It's just the bigger, the fronts or whatever. It's Euro exotic versus American muscle. Sure. I want it to look like a Japanese anime protagonist, not a American 1990s action hero protagonist. You're used to hatchbacks? No, actually, not really. Actually, I used to be, I reluctantly bought my GTI and then reluctantly bought my Focus RS. I like compacts, the look of a compact more than a hatchback, but for some reason, hot hatches became like the thing. I don't know why everybody got obsessed and started making hatchbacks instead of just normal four-door, would you call them coupes or like smaller sedans or whatever, right? Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
So GT3
honorable mentions.
both
Okay.
years.
Wait, yeah. Okay, hold on. We've got Destiny helped me. I've had a couple tragic events happen in my life, which put me into a depressive state. I'm better now, but my back lawn is like 2 feet high. You're from Nebraska. How do I handle this? Always pick a neighbor who's more lazy with their lawn than you are. That's essential. Okay, recommendation 2 he's got is a Porsche 718 Cayman GT4. Often considered the little brother of the 911. It's Cayman is Cayman, right?
Cayman.
Oh, it's Cayman. Fuck me. Okay. Often considered the little brother of the 911. The Cayman and subsequently the Cayman GT4 fly under the radar. 2 seats, mid-engine layout, surprisingly practical, front and rear trunk, and better looks in my opinion. 0 to 60 and okay, hold on. He's got the price for this is 100K to 140K. 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds for the manual and 3.7 seconds for the PDK.
Well, you're doing this on the wrong car. You're doing this on the 991 GT3. You need to be doing this for the GT4. GTS4.
That was just a test to see if you're watching the stream. Okay, 2 seats, mid-engine layout, surprisingly practical, and better looks. 0 to 64.2, 3.7 for DK. These cars handle like they're on rails and still have that small car feel. Miata owners often upgrade to this car for good reason. Jake and Bake has a Cayman GT4 RS. Jake and Bake live. Jake, do you regret getting your Cayman? Are you happy with it? Would you have rather gotten something else? I love you. Thanks, heart. Oh, Canute also messaged me last night with something. Okay, we'll look at that later. Jesus. Okay. Okay, he says pros 100 to 140K. These suffer from the same problem the GT3 has. It's hard to get an allocation from dealerships. You're rich and famous. Your mileage may vary.
Basically, you're buying used.
Okay. Pros. Mid-engine layout adds to handling performance and uniqueness somewhat. Stout flat 6 engine, albeit not as great as the GT3. Porsche build quality, amazing manual transmission, or best-in-class automatic. Cons. Not the top-tier Porsche performance car, if that matters to you. Not super common, but also not that rare. Honorable mentions. 718 Cayman GT4 RS. Porsche recently did some fan service and put the GT3 engine into the GT4 body. Keep in mind, this engine is still right behind you, unlike the GT3, which is a rear engine layout, so it could be loud as fuck. So keep that in mind. See video. And then 718 Boxster Spider. This is the GT4 in convertible form if you're into drop tops. Okay. Oh, Canute messaged me yesterday, and he recommended a... I will take a quick break and add Canute's recommendation. Wait. Canute recommended a BMW M5 CS. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
BMW M5 CS. This starts for 140,000.
I mean, M5 is a big car. That's a
yeah.
that's a
I really
four-door.
just the thing that keeps me away from most BMWs is I just don't like the big I'm just a compact kind of guy. I'm not a big boxy car kind of guy.
Like maybe, I guess maybe you could do an M3, but I mean it's kind
even
of
the
below.
M3 I think is like, I just
Well, it's a two-door. But
yeah, I know, but I don't like the fronts of the BMWs at all. I super don't like them. I don't know why. It's just a personal. M2 looks a little nicer, cuter. Whoops. Oh, these are way under our pricing. Okay. Okay. Recommendation number 3. I'll probably end up revisiting this one. The Lotus Emira. An interesting newcomer, Lotus is well known for their handling characteristics and brings their knowledge of the Exige/Evora or Evora to the Emira. This car is offered with a manual transmission, mid-engine layout, and has supercar looks. Lotus is a 3.5-liter supercharged V6 with 400 horsepower, good for 4.3 seconds, 0 to 60. I'm assuming that's with the manual, hopefully. And 12.7 second quarter mile time. Jeez, okay. The engine is taken from Toyota, so the reliability should be there. The downside is that it's Lotus. You will not get the same post-purchase support as you will from other brands because they're just not that big of a company. The flip side is that it will remain extremely unique, as not many units will be brought to the States. Price starting at 100K. These won't be that easy to come by as the wait lists are full or filling up. It could be easier to acquire than a GT3, but it's hard to say at this point. Pros, looks gorgeous, strong and reliable drivetrain. Lotus is known for the handling dynamics. Cons, overall reliability has yet to be seen. Not as robust maintenance support as other bigger companies. Hold on. The Cayman, I would give that a 7 out of 10, or a 7 out of 10 for looks from what I saw. This Lotus car I think looks really cute. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Supercharged transmission, I think manual. Look at XQC stream. He's recommending a car. Wait, is he? On Twitch or what? Look at the Lotus.
Two brothers cut from the...
Two brothers. God, season 1 of Rick and Morty was so fucking good. Have you ever seen Rick and Morty?
Only like episodes sparred in between.
Oh. The first season is really, really, really funny. I think the first season might be like my favorite cartoon of all time for Rick and Morty, but okay. Recommendation number 4. I think he's got like 2 more after this. So.
Okay.
Recommendation number 4 is the Aston Martin Vantage.
Yeah.
Refreshed for the 2025 model year, this 2-seater twin-turbo V8 seems to be their competition to the Porsche 911 Turbo. The refreshed interior looks great, but this car remains fairly heavy, so should be viewed as a really fast Grand Touring car rather than a nimble sports car. 656 horsepower. Okay, 3 second 0 to 60 time. Damn. What is... I wonder what this one costs. Hold on. 3 seconds, 0 to 60, 10.9 second quarter mile time. Woo! Keep in mind this. I'm going to die in this. This only comes in 8-speed automatic for now.
I think you can get a Vantage from 1 or 2 years older that is manual.
Okay. It's from the company ZF, which is known for pretty good automatics, but it's not a Porsche dual clutch. You may also run into the Lotus problem because their dealer network is not as built out as other brands. Real quick, when people talk about these Porsche like dual clutches for the automatics, when you're driving, what is the actual difference? Is it just that it just switches gears a bit faster? You don't lose as much power on the automatic gear switch, or do you feel anything different? Faster, smoother, knows what gear to be in at all times. Okay. Hi, Destiny. Was it the Sleepwalkers and the War That Ended Peace that you plan on reading? What made you choose them? I think I looked at the Ask History subreddit, and those were the two most highly recommended, like, general World War I history books. Okay. Starting price is $200K. Pros, good-looking refresh for 2025, V8 noises, interior looks premium now, it will be fairly rare. Cons, heavy, seems to be slightly overpriced for what you're getting, but uniqueness should be fairly high. And then for looks, this is what it looks like. Damn, that's a long front. Sent you an email last night with details. Hope it makes it through. When are you planning on coming here and for how long? In a few weeks. I'm trying to just say the exact dates. I don't know if it really fucking matters, but I don't think I like the way this one looks as much. I don't like the long front as much. Is it long, or am I just like hallucinating? I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Okay. And then the next one is cons. Okay, honorable V8 mentions. Chevrolet, Corvette, C8. These cars are an extremely good value right now as they've come down from pandemic prices. 2-seater mid-engine 5.5 liter V8 for the Stingray. 70K, geez. 6.2 liter V8 for the Z06 and 6.2 liter V8 with a hybrid system. I don't particularly like the look of these cars, especially from the back, but if it doesn't bother you and your desire for unique sports car lessens, these are really potent vehicles. Mercedes-Benz AMG GT Black Series. If you want to buy a couple years old and still stretch your budget, this car is insane. Twin turbo V8 with 720 horsepower, 590 pounds of foot torque. If you like the looks, there were only 1,700 units built in 2021.
I don't know why I'm typing to you. Look, dude, look at this. This is something that's actually kind of quite interesting. So he said the Aston Martin Vantage V8, right? Apparently, there's a V12 Vantage S that's still a manual. That's fucking cool. There is not very many manual transmission V12 cars. That might be fucking sick.
Okay. That's cute. All right. Are you taking callers in the Discord channel? The GT3, GT4 will be rough on your around town and you will not like this as much. The Carrera T can be optioned as a 7-speed manual and still does sub 3.5, 0 to 60. The suspension will be more comfortable and you can option to your heart's content. You know what? After I add the rest of these, we'll take callers. I'll add the, if I was going to get a Corvette, which model, what one would I get?
Well, the brand new one, right? But it's not...
No, but I mean, like, is there like are there differences between like the C4 and the C8 and the C6, or is it just like per year or whatever?
I have no idea. It's fuck yeah. I know that the new one is mid-engine and the other ones weren't. I don't know enough about Corvettes.
C8 is the latest. Okay, so it would be a C8 2024. Okay, I'll add it just to consider.
Well, yeah, not manual though.
They're not manual at all?
Well, no. I don't. Let me double check because I say this and then people lose their shit.
It's all-wheel drive.
No, it's only automatic. Okay.
With hybrid system. Okay. You know, Lefty Twitty is 100% going to roast you for a 50-year-old divorcee buying his midlife crisis car. I put money. Okay, why would I live my life in random virgin criticisms? I'm curious why you want a driver's car in Florida. All the roads are flat and fairly straight. Do you plan to take it to the mountains in Georgia or Tennessee? I just like cars. They're just fun for me, okay? I want to pass people on the interstate. Okay, don't care about this. Don't care about this. Oh. Let's see. Jake says, no, not at all. I asked him if he regretted getting it. The Cayman is the epitome of the best driver's car. It doesn't need to be a GT4 or anything else. Even the base model offers a lot. If you want a real driving feel, the mid-engine and compatibility of the car make it really feel so connected to the road. I sound like a sales guy. Okay. But I drove a lot of cars on and off track, and the Cayman was like such a crazy experience because it just felt so damn connected to the road. Okay, wow. Okay, man, he's selling me on this. All right. What about a Supra? I think a Supra is a little bit below the price class I'm looking for. The only thing is it doesn't come with so many bells and whistles and tech like a 911 would, which typically would make for a better daily driver or daily style driving. The Cayman doesn't look good at all. Is that true? Wait, I don't know if I looked this up.
That's not true. Cayman looks fine.
I rated it a 7 out of 10. This must be pretty okay. Oh no, you're so wrong. Fuck you. This looks fine. No, I have a GT4 RS, and I do a lot of track stuff with it. GT4 RS. Is that another Cayman model? It is. GT4 RS. Starts at 160,000. Damn, okay.
Okay, what else is on this guy's list?
Hold on. What? Okay. Two more. We have the... Oh, this is if you're selling your RS. Recommendation 5 is the Audi RS6 Avant. Hopefully wagons aren't too far-fetched. The RS6 has been a pretty powerful sports wagon for a while now.
It's a fucking big car.
Yeah, this is like a station wagon. And
yeah,
it's finally being sold in the States.
The Avant is the station wagon part. But yeah, RS6 is like a 4-door Grand Tourer almost.
Twin turbo V8, 621 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, quarter mile in 11.3 with the help of the all-wheel drive system, Quattro. The downsides are the weight, it's almost 5,000 pounds, damn. And the lack of a manual transmission option, but at least the modern electronics apparently make it feel well balanced. Audi is also known for the top-notch interiors, so that should be a great daily driver. Starts at 125K. Pros, aggressive looks, kind of, okay. Stupid amounts of power, some of the best interior build and materials. Cons are heavy, and not sure if you're into station wagons. And then we have bonus meme, the final recommendation, a Ferrari FF. Another wagon, one that's even more of a stretch, but it's a 4-seat V12 Ferrari. I very rarely see these in major metros in Texas, so I imagine the uniqueness is pretty high. A lot of compromises need to be made for this one, though. It's automatic only. They stopped production in 2016.
This car looks so retarded.
You have to pay the Ferrari tax when getting maintenance done, and there is a known issue with the PTU, power transfer unit, failing, which may need a rebuild at some point, which is 5 to 15K. On the positive side, the price has fallen from 300K to just over 125K, so you have leftover funds for the bullshit, and you get to hear this. The 6.3-liter V12 produces 650 horsepower. And then let's see. Okay, that sounds a little too many memes. This car looks super memey. What the fuck? Hold on.
What, the FF? Yeah, that car looks retarded.
Other recommendations I saw in your chat. The Toyota Supra. I think it looks atrocious. Apparently visibility is really bad. You can afford better. Cadillac CTS 5 Blackwing. I thought this would check a lot of your boxes, especially if you sold your car, but you said you didn't like the looks. Cadillacs tend to look very big and boxy too, I believe. Let me check. Yeah, I don't want a car that just looks like a normal, like a car your grandpa would pull up in. Now that now I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm just saying it looks a little bit too. I like aggressively styled cars, I think. Yeah. Porsche Taycan, Taycan. Is this the one that Hassan got? Might as well get an ICE vehicle.
If you're getting a Porsche, you're getting this is not even worth it. I already know you. If you're getting a Porsche, you're getting a 911 Turbo.
Okay.
Or the GT3. The rest, like, you're not taking half measures. No half measures. That is you.
The Cayman look kind of cool though, but maybe yeah, we'll see. Okay. What is ICE vehicle? Is that electronic or something? ICE vehicle?
Internal combustion engine.
Oh, no. Opposite electronic. Okay. Might as well get in an internal combustion engine vehicle, as things are probably about to change soon. Plus, I don't think it's particularly pretty. Is this the one that Hassan got? The Taycan? I don't remember. I don't want to pronounce this. Another Ferrari could be a good choice to be on a stretch of the budget, but I don't follow them too closely because they're unobtainable for me and the maintenance service charges are outrageous. BMW M3, it could be a good choice, but they changed the front end of these and most people hate the way it looks. Hope this helps. Have fun. Okay. That's what this guy gave me. Reply. Thanks for the recommendations, heart.
So that's why he had those are the ones on his list.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna give you my three.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one I already mentioned, which is the, and I sent you a link to example one, the Aston Martin V12 Vantage S. That's a manual. It's super rare. It's a fucking V12.
Wait, is that the one that was in this guy's email, right? The Aston Martin Vantage?
No, he did a V8. They made a special model with a V12.
Okay.
I liked it. And yeah. There's that. Oh, I guess I need specs. Is that what we're doing now?
It's not as big of a deal, but okay. Okay, Aston Martin V12. This is do they only make these old ones or whatever?
No. Let's see. What's the most?
Because the one you linked me was
year?
2017.
Yeah, that's just like a cheaper one I found on Auto Trader. Let's see. I think they. I don't know the last year that they made it. I don't know. I'll find that out. Okay, so there's that one, and then the 0 to 60 on that is. $3.9.
Okay. All right.
The second one, I don't know. You said you didn't want to do it, but I think it'd be cool. A Ferrari 458, and then you do a manual swap. That's like the coolest fucking car. So unique. Yeah, it's just cool.
Okay.
And I linked you one right there.
I see it. All right. What's your third one?
Again, if you want unique, the last year R8 V10 2015.
R8 V10 2015.
Yeah, and it's manual too.
What do you think these would cost?
Less than the other ones. Let me see.
Like 100K or less, or?
I'll tell you. On average, it looks like about 150.
Okay. These are manual?
Yeah.
Okay. What did Jake say? But even like a Cayman GTS is a sick pickup and a South price of this, but depends what you want to do with the car. I could easily give you some options you could try out. Truth is, and a lot of people say it, so maybe it gets old, but Porsche cars just feel so fucking nice to drive, and reliability is nice, and they typically hold their value better than a lot of cars in that range, which means if you ever decide not to keep it, you're never at too much of a loss. If you don't need race car, you probably don't need a GT4 or 911 GT3, but they're definitely the most fun. A 911 GTS or 718 GTS is a great option. I would just see what you like more. Other cool cars in that range is like Audi RS6 Avant is a cool wagon. That's literally a race car. Okay.
Oh, sorry, no, I was wrong. The price is like under 100K. It's like around 90K. Okay. Maybe a little bit more if you find one with lower miles.
Gotcha.
I liked that one there too. I feel like the cars I'm giving to you are unique, but probably not going to be like as track focused as the Porsche. Like that's just a simple answer. Like a 911 Turbo or a 911 GT3 is just the fucking. It's like hard to get better than that. Actually, I don't know. The Ferrari 458, it might be like more track car than the Porsche. I wonder how people would feel about that actually.
Yeah, I hope it's just not first bias I've seen, but everything I'm reading about, I'm seeing people recommend for like the Porsche seems like that's like the big memes, or the Porsches.
No, it is, but I wonder a 458 versus a 911 Turbo.
Okay. Another email. Hi, Steven. I got a car tip for you. You need to get a BMW 240i F22. BMW makes some of the best combustion engines in the modern age, specifically inline six. The 240i model has the best non-M engine that can be brought to insane horsepower numbers if you find a decent enough mechanic. It's a good size. It's really fast. Get good tires and a good mechanic/tuner. I'm sure there's one in Miami. That's going to get bonus points from Dan because it's not a new car. If you want to splurge, get a new M2 G87. It's the same as the M3 M4, just in a different box and cheaper. And you will also get 700 horsepower easily, no modifications to the engine, just software. 700 plus horsepower is possible with bigger turbos and a lot of cooling. And at some point, you need a new clutch, gearboxes, brakes, aero, etc. But talk to your mechanic about that. In terms of features, it's a BMW. Get one. Okay, no, fuck this. Or super secret alternative, get an MK5 Supra. It's the same thing, but with a Toyota body and a Supra emblem. All these are available in manual variants as well. And over here nowadays, cars compete in 100 to 200 kilometer times, which can be around. Okay, talk about that. All right.
Hello.
What the fuck is... Oh, hi, what's up? What do you want?
Hi. I just wondered if you had a minute to discuss one of your country's best cultural exports, namely the student and university protests.
I see. You've got an American protest on campuses now. Yes.
Yeah, we do. And it's it's quite insane and quite bad. And I was wondering if you had a few minutes and wanted to talk about it, or if you want to keep focused.
Yeah. Well, do you have any final thoughts for us, Daniel?
What, do I have to leave?
Well, you don't have to, but I feel like you're about to storm out and be like, "Oh, I was blah blah blah," and then you're gonna leave. So I just wanted to be polite and give you. I wanted to be polite.
Like that? When do
I wanted to be polite and give you the opportunity to say anything final before I moved on to this without it being rude.
I feel like maybe you should have. Okay, you can move on to this, but I feel like maybe perhaps you should have some sort of insight. Where is your mind going right now? Do you like the looks of any of these cars more than the other?
Well, I've got 18 more emails, so I'm going to see if there's anything else worth adding here.
There isn't.
I'm looking at the Porsches. Look nice. They feel cool. The GT3s look cool. That Cayman looks cool. Yeah, I don't, that's where I'm leaning towards right now, but who knows? We'll
look at the. Tell me, how do you feel about the 458 looks? Pull that up. Tell me what you think about that.
It
actually look at it.
I did.
What? You couldn't say you don't like it.
You said manual conversion. I'm not kidding anything. I'm not engine dropping. I'm not doing anything like that. I don't feel like any kind of work like that. It looks nice though. It looks like a cool car. I look at it. It looks cool. I don't think I would get it in this color. I'm assuming it comes in other colors, but it looks nice. Yeah,
it does. Okay. Well, then, yeah, I think your answer is probably solved. You're just going to get, like, a 911 turbo, or if you want, like, more comfort, and then the GT3, if you want, just, like, fucking track retardation.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I fucking hate when you do this. Like, yeah, sure. Okay.
What? Yeah, I agree. What do you want me to say? Yes, Dan. I am in large agreements with the words that you've just said. Thank you so much. Yes, Dan. Truth.
Yeah, I want it like that, but with less not condensation. That's not the word I'm looking for.
Condescension?
Condescension.
Yes, Dan. I do agree. I concur with the words.
That's too much.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll try to look into something like this. Thanks. I appreciate your help.
Good enough.
Okay, what do you want, Dane?
Yeah. So I'm